Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options to Play video update. Already 2 days into, well, almost 2 days into the week, day and a half. Seeing like kind of like an unusual couple days of action. All right, and I would say it's not been easy by any means. There are a lot of things moving around, but very sharp under the surface rotation. Small caps, so like lagging, lagging domestic names, transports, retail, restaurants, travel, banks, all doing very well this week. And then the leading sectors, so like tech, like bios, like healthcare, kind of getting hit a little bit, right? And maybe there were indications this was coming. I still think it was a little bit more of a surprise to see like the magnitude of like the pullback on some of these. So these types of rotation moves, like whether it's 2 days, 2 weeks, I mean they happen, especially when you're in like a strong trending tape. You get like these moves, so like the leaders pause and then the laggards catch up, right? I mean it's definitely one of the hallmarks of like of a strong trending tape, which is basically what we've seen over the last 2 months. Now, I may not like it, right? And it can be pretty frustrating to get stopped out, but it's really important to respect stops, right? And I typically when I write up a trade, like I will say either a technical stop or a price debit stop, right? Lately, I've been giving both, so whichever one comes first, and sometimes sometimes it's one or the other, right? Sometimes the technical stop gets hit first. Sometimes it's the debit stop that gets hit first. But the point is, like, it's important to respect the stops, right? So, like Beyond Meat, this was a name that I thought was setting up great. I mean, it had a really nice quarter, great move, right? So it had a real significant move after earnings here, pushed higher, was consolidating above previous resistance, right? You can see real clean, clear consolidation above previous resistance, had rising 8 EMA support, right? And it seemed like it was prepping for the next leg up, which was up into like the 150s, 160 area, right? Um, so Beyond Meat, it's not a tech name, but it is like a recent leader, or I mean, a recent Momo name, however you want to look at it, right? And today, cracked the 8 EMA and cracked the 20, hitting the target, hitting like the stop loss range. So like the shorter term June 19th call spread was closed. All right. Now, do I think it could bounce back? Certainly. I know I'm kind of the opinion that a lot of these like washout moves may be like short lived. Just kind of like a over exaggeration of just like a little bit of like a rotation. Because I do think that leaders will probably continue to lead and laggards probably going to struggle to really rebound. But that being said, got to respect those stops, right? It hit the stop, you take it off. Like the reason why I used like the 50 to 60% net debit loss range is because over like the long term, if you kind of consistently are targeting 100% debit gains as like a target, right? Then if you're using 50 to 60% debit stop losses, then over the long term, if you're hitting 50-50, you're going to come out ahead, right? Because if your average loser is 50% and your average winner is 100%, then over the long term, like that's a recipe for success, all right? So it's really important. It's like, just because there may be more time left on the trade doesn't mean I'm just going to stick with it, even if it blows through all my stops, right? Because yes, there may be another 3-4 weeks on the trade before it expires, but it hit my stop. I'm going to respect the stop. The trade is going to be closed, and then I can reevaluate or possibly re-enter a strategy on it if it sets up well again. But I'm not going to try to just stick with it and hope that it rebounds, because hope isn't like a good strategy to trade on. All right. So moves like this happen. Like this week is a little bit more unusual, but these types of days happen. So you just kind of have to respond to it, and then you deal with it, and you wait for like more quality setups, and you just approach those from like a fresh perspective, right? So that's what I'm doing. Um, I imagine probably going to be another busy couple days, busy couple weeks. So there'll be plenty of opportunities. I'm not worried. Not I seriously doubt we're going to lack for trade opportunities in the next couple weeks. So it should be plenty of chances to make it back and then some. All right. So if you like these videos and you're looking for more information on how I manage trades or my risk and rolling strategy, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Hope you guys have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.